Hi there. If you're here, it's probably because you're a parent watching your child get stuck in these intense, looping worries, and you know just how helpless that can feel. Today, we're going to dive into what might be going on and, more importantly, what you can actually do to help.
This really gets right to the heart of the whole thing. Obsessive-compulsive disorder, or OCD, is a really convincing liar. It conjures up this false sense of danger and then offers a completely false solution. And just understanding that it's a lie, is the very first step toward getting your child's peace of mind back.
So let's get into the specifics, right? A lot of parents wonder, is this just a phase? Is my kid just a perfectionist? Or is this typical anxiety? We're going to help clear up the very distinct patterns that show up with pediatric OCD. As we look at this next slide, I just want you to think, do any of these behaviors feel familiar? This isn't some diagnostic checklist, not at all. It's really just a way to see if you're in the right place to get some real answers. Okay, take a look at this list. Asking for reassurance over and over, needing every single bedtime step to be in the exact same order. And some of these things are even invisible, like repeating words in their head or holding their breath. These aren't just quirks. They are desperate attempts to quiet this absolute storm of what-if thoughts. If you're sitting there nodding along, please know what you're seeing has a name, and it has a solution. But those behaviors we just talked about, that's really only what we see on the surface. It's just the tip of the iceberg. To truly help your child, we have to try and understand the exhausting battle they are fighting inside every single day. Just try to imagine that for a second. A constant mental noise. It's not just a little worry, it's like a deafening alarm going off in their head, screaming that something awful is about to happen unless they do one specific thing. And that ritual, it gives them maybe a moment of silence, but that noise always comes roaring back, demanding more. It is an absolutely exhausting cycle. Now this is so important because it shows how our natural instincts as parents, our good intentions, can sometimes backfire. I mean, of course we want to tell our child, honey, it's okay, nothing bad is going to happen. But with OCD, that reassurance is like throwing gasoline on a fire. It just feeds the monster of doubt. And punishing them for behaviors they can't control, well, that just adds a heavy layer of shame on top of all the suffering they're already feeling.
All right, so that brings us to the most important part of this whole conversation. The way out. There is a clear, proven path to relief that can break this cycle we've been talking about, and this is where the hope really begins. It's called ERP, which stands for Exposure and Response Prevention. Now, I know that name might sound a little intense, but it's actually a very gentle, collaborative process. And here's the absolute key. ERP doesn't just manage the symptoms. It actually teaches your child's brain a new, fundamental truth, that the scary what-if thought is just noise, and that they are strong enough to feel that anxiety and ride it out without needing the ritual. So what does that actually look like? Well, with ERP, kids get so empowered. They learn to see the OCD as this outside thing, like a bully that they can actually boss back. And as a parent, you learn this whole new role, how to be a supportive coach instead of accidentally getting pulled into the rituals. And the result? The rituals lose their power, that mental noise finally starts to quiet down, and you get to see your kid's true, confident self come shining through again.
Okay, so how do you find this kind of life-changing help? Well, finding the right therapist is absolutely crucial. And for families in Georgia, there are specific, really accessible resources out there designed to provide this exact kind of specialized therapy. And just look at the results when you get the right help. They are so real and profound. An 89% improvement in school attendance. I mean, think about that. That isn't just a number. That's kids who are no longer trapped at home by their fears. Kids who can show up, learn, and just be with their friends again. And look at this, a 92% reduction in anxiety symptoms. Can you just imagine the weight of that constant, deafening mental noise finally being lifted? This is so much bigger than just stopping rituals. It's about giving your child back a real, internal sense of calm and relief. And finally, 85% family satisfaction. This is huge because, as you know, OCD doesn't just affect the child. It holds the entire family hostage. When your child starts to get better, the whole family begins to heal and find its way back to normal again. So in Georgia, MentalSpace School provides this specialized K-12 support. They offer same-day teletherapy with clinicians who are specifically trained in ERP. They have a really diverse team of licensed therapists, and, this is so important, they work with a wide range of insurance providers, including Medicaid, at zero cost to make sure this care is accessible. If you're sitting there wondering where to even begin,
This right here is a perfect, totally low-pressure first step. It's a free, confidential, 2-minute online screening that can give you some immediate clarity and help you figure out what to do next.
And when you feel ready to start that journey to recovery, this is the information you'll need. You can visit the MentalSpace School website or just send them an email directly to get the process started.
I really want to leave you with this final thought. I know it can feel like OCD is stealing your child away from you, but it is not a life sentence. With the right support, with the right therapy, and with your love, you can and you will get your child back. Help really, really works.